Why be a vegetarian? On the spiritual path, there are several reasons why a person is recommended to be a vegetarian. The Vedic scriptures establish non-violence called ahimsa as the ethical foundation of vegetarianism and for a peaceful society. According to Vedas, God is the supreme father of all creatures, not just humans. Therefore, slaughter of innocent animals is considered equivalent to killing one's brother or sister. It consists of understanding that animals also have soul. They are alive, conscious, and feel pain. And these are the indications of the presence of consciousness, which is the system of soul. Those who eat meat, however, because of their desires to eat animals, or see them as a source of food, or for one's stomach, are not so easily able to understand the spiritual nature of all being. After all, if you know that all living entities are spiritual in essence and that all living beings are conscious, show the symptoms of soul within, then how can you kill them unnecessarily? Any living creature is also the same as we are in the respect that it is also a child of the same Father, a part of the same Supreme Being. Thus, the killing of animals show a great lack of spiritual awareness. Many portions of the Vedic literature describe how the Supreme Being is the maintainer of innumerable living entities, humans as well as the animals, and is alive in the heart of every living being. Only those with spiritual consciousness can see the same Supreme Being in His expansion as Super Soul within every creature. To be kind and spiritual towards human and being a killer or enemy towards animal is not a balanced philosophy and exhibits one's spiritual ignorance. The next reason for being vegetarian is to consider the amount of fear and suffering that animals experience in the slaughter industry. There are countless stories of how, in fear, cows cry, scream, and sometimes fall down dead while inside or even before they are taken into the slaughter industry. Furthermore, the adrenaline and fear in the animal also produce toxin which then permit the body of these animals, which meat eaters ingest. People who consume such things cannot help but being affected by it. It causes tension within them individually, which then spreads in their relations with others. The ancient Vedic text of Manu Samhita says, "He who injures inauspicious being from a wish to give himself pleasure never finds happiness, neither living nor dead. He who does not see to cause the suffering of bonds and death to living creatures, but desires the good of all being, obtains endless bliss." Meat can never be obtained without injury to living creatures, and injury to sentient being is determinantal to the attainment of heavenly bliss. Let him therefore shun the use of meat. Thus, we should find alternatives to killing animals to satisfy our appetites, especially when there are plenty of other healthy foods available. Otherwise, there must be reaction to such violence. We cannot expect peace in the world if we go on unnecessarily killing so many millions of animals for meat consumption or through abuse. The third factor for being vegetarian is karma. As the second law of thermodynamics states, for every action there must be an equal and opposite reaction. On the universal scale, this is called the law of karma, meaning what goes around comes around. This affects every individual as well as communities and countries. As the nation sow, so shall it reap. This is something we should take very seriously, especially in our attempts to bring peace, harmony, and unity into the world. If so much violence is produced by the killing of animal, where do you think the reaction to this violence goes? It comes back to us in so many ways, such as the form of neighborhood and community crime, and on up to world wars. Violence breeds violence. Therefore, this will continue unless we know how to change. Although it may be argued that vegetarians are guilty of killing vegetables, foods such as nuts, milks, and grains do not require killing. But even when a plant's life is taken, the pain involved is dramatically less than that of a highly sensitive animal such as a cow or lamb. According to karma, nature's law of action and reaction, human beings must suffer for any killing that is against God's law. For this reason, as well as to show our recognition and appreciation for the supreme proprietor and supplier of all food, devotees prepare vegetarian meal as devotional offering to Krishna. In the process of Bhakti Yoga, devotion goes beyond simple vegetarianism and food becomes the mean of spiritual progress. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says, "All that you do, all that you eat, all that you offer and give away, as well as all austerities that you may perform, should be done as an offering unto me." So offering what we eat to the Lord is an integral part of Bhakti Yoga and makes the food blessed with spiritual potencies. Then such food is called prasadam or the mercy of the Lord. The Lord also describes what He accepts as offering. If one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit or water, I will accept it. Thus we can see that the Lord accepts fruit, grains and vegetarian food. The Lord does not accept foods like meat, fish or eggs, but only those that are pure and naturally available without harming others. So, on the spiritual path, eating food that is first offered to God is the ultimate profession of a vegetarian diet. The Vedic literature explains that the purpose of human life is to reawaken the soul's original relationship with God, and accepting prasadam is a way to help us reach that goal. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.